Well, there it is, folks. The 1940 sixpence from the United Kingdom, or Great Britain as was called at the time. And this, of course, is George the Sixth, King George the Sixth on the front. Let's get this light a little bit better. There we go. George's VI, or 6 in Roman numerals. DG, or by the grace of God. BR, Omn, or Britain's Omni, King of all Britons. Rex is king, Omni is all, and BR is for Britons, Brittons. We see this particular coin has a beaded outer rim, which is kind of joined with the rim here. And if you get down here, you can see the beads still have separation. You see here, it almost looks like a geared one because they're so worn down. If we tip it up on its edge, we see that it has a reeded rim on it. This is a 50% silver coin. So this is in the British pound sterling really wasn't a pound sterling after 1920. So in the 20s, they switched over from a 92.5% silver coin or a sterling silver coin to a 50% silver coin. And King George VI was the last of the silver 50% coins. So just in terms of monetary value, this in silver alone is worth a little over $1. And that's actually is almost as much as a collector's value. The collector's value, you can get this coin for under $2 usually, sometimes including mailing. So what's the back look like? This is really a complex back. Well, it says Fid Def, or Defender of the Faith, Ind Imp, Imperator or Emperor of India, 19 separated by a crowned monogram, 40. And this crown monogram is interesting. You see the cross at the top and the crown. Here it says GRJ. And so that's confusing to some people. The GRJ is Georgius Rex. Remember, Rex is the king. So King George. And the J is for emperor or imperator. And so essentially this is his crowned king monogram. If we look here, there's a couple kind of interesting things. And first is that this J has this line through it and a little line in the middle. This is all part of it. It's almost, when you look at a really good one, it almost looks like it has a little wing on it. And then way down here we see a K and a G. And that, of course, is for George Kruger Gray, who was the engraver of this coin. This particular coin was made from 1937 to 1946. Sorry about that. And it also has the same portrait that's on all of these George VI coins, and that's the Thomas Humphrey Paget down here. We see an H and a P down here. Thomas Humphrey Paget did the engraving for the king's portrait. Now, these coins were made from 1937 to 1946, even though George VI was king until 1952. So why did they change? Well, what happened was in 1947 they went to the cupronickel with kind of the modern type coins. In fact, this is the Queen Elizabeth coin from when she came in was a cupronickel. It looks pretty similar if we look at the coloring. Put them right next to each other. So it's hard to tell really the difference between the silver and the cupronickel when they're worn. We tip it up. Of course, this is the Mary Gillick first portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. Here we tip it up, same thing. And of course, we get to the back and we have not the George Kruger Gray portrait here. We have the Cecil Thomas and Edgar portrait here, the EFCT. And this is the one with the rose and the thorns and the leek and the shamrock. So England, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and Wales all on here. And this was actually kind of a more interesting coin because it's more of a United Kingdom coin saying these are all the countries of the United Kingdom, whereas this was really much more king focused here. These coins, they made about a little over 20 million of them in 1940. And you need to remember that, of course, that in 1940, Britain was right in the middle of, or the beginning of World War II. And so they were being bombed, they were fighting, and metals were hard to get. But this was a kind of a really one of the coins of the realm, and it was used all the time. So this particular coin, they kept making them, and they made a lot of them. Now this is the famous, I don't know if you've all heard the saying, but something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue, and a sixpence for her shoe. This is the sixpence that would be put in a bride's shoe as a lucky charm. A sixpence like this. And I want to thank Silver Age Coins for bringing that up. Silver Age Coins is a website, silverage.com, that if you want to get some information about values on coins, that's a great one to look at. Right now it has this in this condition, which is probably fine, somewhere between fine and very fine, at $1.40 to $2.40. And they also have links on there for how you can buy coins. Not that I'm advertising Silver Age, I'm just saying I stole some of their information, so I want to just give them credit for giving me that information. All right, well, if you have one of these are great. One of the things I would suggest is you look at 1946, 1947, and 1948, because they're all different. The 1946 version of this coin is 50% silver. The 1947 version is cupronickel. But it still says, on the back of the 1947, it still says Ind Imp, or Imperator of India. And then by 1948, India gained its independence, and so they took this Ind Imp off. So the 46 is 50% silver. The 47 and 48 are cupronickel. The 47 has Ind Imp on it. The 48 does not. All right, have a great day. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you might have in the comments section.